Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries for the continuation of Inkmas. We are on day 15 today, and I just want to say I am filming this a different time of day, so the lighting is slightly different. I had been filming everything like the night before, but I'm going to be busy tonight, so I don't have time, so I'm filming it kind of like in the afternoon. Anyways, let's see what we get. Ooh, okay. So today's ink is called Sleigh Ride. Ooh, and it's another extreme sheen. Okay, let's see what we get with this one. Okay, first off, trigger warning, this is kind of a bloody colored ink. So if you're not a fan, definitely look away like right now. Color-wise, this is gorgeous. This is absolutely stunning. I can't really decide if it's more of like a red brown or a brown red. And as the sheen is drying in front of me, it is almost like a greenish olive color. This is so cool. I'm a fan. This is a Christmassy ink for sure. It's definitely red and green, like kind of, you know, Santa Claus. It's giving Christmas tree with red ornaments. It's really, really pretty. The sheen on this does look like it's going to be not, I'd say, as extreme as maybe like Cranberry was or Grotto, just because I feel like the red is popping through a lot more, at least on the Wearingeul swatch card. This could change by the time we get to a writing sample, but I'm a fan. This is really pretty. And I think this is our first, quote, true red of the group. I don't really see anything else that really speaks red to me. I feel like Grotto was a bit more orange, and this one is a bit more red. I am interested to see how this one dries completely down, because I feel like on the Tomoe River paper, it's pulling way more brown, and then on the Wearingeul swatch card, it's pulling a little bit more towards the pink side. Really, really pretty. I don't really know how much I'm going to have that's similar to this, but the first thing that's popping to my mind right now is Spiced Apple. But Spiced Apple has shimmer. But let me break out my swatch book and we'll see what I got. Okay, so I do have my 𝗂𝗃𝗃 Sarasara paper here with the swatches in it. I'm going to compare it to both browns and reds just because I feel like the tone of the red ink could be brown, like a bit more of a rusty color on some papers. And I want to see if I have anything that would really be kind of close to this in the browns. I really don't think I do, but I want to see for my own purposes. But I feel like I'm going to have at least one match in the reds for sure. See, like I put 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝘇's Giraffe in here because it's a bit more of like a rusty color, and I'd say the base is very similar to Sleigh Ride, but with the sheen, obviously the 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗍 doesn't have any of that crazy sheen going on. Okay, I do want to say 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗵 down here because on the Tomoe River paper that's drying up there, it's pulling way more brown than this card. And 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗵 has this gorgeous green, like a darker green sheen with it. So those might be similar. I do think Sleigh Ride is still a bit more red, but the 𝗦𝘃 has that kind of red pull to it. Okay, yeah, that's it for browns. Let me get to my reds. Okay. Oh boy. Give me a minute here. It's kind of hard to place because the sheen is so high. If you wanted like a darker version, Little Tam by Diamine, the Cult Pen exclusive, is like a darker red than Sleigh Ride and still has a crazy green sheen. Here's Spiced Apple from the 2022 green Inkvent, which was just such a winner. The red of Spiced Apple is still much deeper. I feel like it's a bit more saturated, but they have very similar sheening colors. And the Spiced Apple has that kind of crazy shimmer in it as well. It's kind of close to the tone of Endless Alchemy's Drops of Mars, but the Drops of Mars doesn't have that sheen. But their colors are very close. It's kind of similar to Herbon's Rouge Hematite, but Hematite has shimmer in it and I think is a bit more of a brighter red, and the sheen pulls a bit more yellow, a little less green. I want to compare the sheen to Kiwi Ink's 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗃, but 𝗦𝘂𝗃 is a completely unique ink all on its own. Okay, it's kind of close to Kobe's Kitano. I think it's Ijinken red. It's number 4. This is actually one of my favorite reds of 2024. I really loved the way this behaved. I think the Sleigh Ride has a much higher green sheen, but the base colors are very similar, at least on the Wearingeul card. Yeah, this ink is kind of hard to match because of the green sheen that it has. It's kind of similar to Sailor Shikiori's Yodaki, which is great because that ink is so much more expensive than the Diamine inks. So if you wanted something that's a bit more of like a deeper red with a green sheen, maybe Sleigh Ride would be a great replacement for your Shikiori Yodaki. Yeah, I don't think I'd have too many other ones that are going to be super similar. Yeah, I think the closest is the Yodaki. Maybe even Manyo Ume, which is a bit more of a brown, because the Tomoe River paper, let me just pull this down here, is showing much more brown to me than the swatch on the Wearingeul card. They're both still pretty wet, but I would say the Tomoe River paper is pulling more brown tones out and the Wearingeul card is pulling more of those pink tones out. Still very pretty, but you know, Ume is probably closer to the the Tomoe River paper, and Yodaki is closer to the Wearingeul card. That's all I have to say with that. But yeah, I think the Yodaki is the closest with nothing else going on. Other than that, I think Rouge Hematite is a great one. Spiced Apple is just a fabulous ink. It does have the shimmer though, and Little Tam is very close as well, but it is a bit darker. Yeah, I think that's really the most matches for this one. Here is a close-up of the card itself. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm a fan of this one. It's very Christmassy. I think this would be really fun to write Christmas cards with, and that actually might be what I do with it, just because that sheen pulls through. But I do want to see how this would behave in a writing sample, just because sometimes sheening inks can be a bit drier because they're so highly saturated. And I don't want this one to have that. But let me go ahead and write a full page of this, and I will be back in a second. All right, here we have that writing sample. It is definitely a sheening ink. I was really happy to see that it didn't sheen everything. I think there's heavier pooling spots that show the sheen, and then there's still spots that show the really pretty red base color. I really appreciate that about sheening inks. Usually if I get a sheening ink and it just like the whole thing sheens, I'm not as happy. Sheening inks like this is what I prefer, where I get a balance of the sheen and the color of the ink. Really, really nice ink here. I think it's perfect for Christmas. I think it's wonderful in terms of the flow. It wasn't super dry and it wasn't super like overbearingly wet that it just like gushed out of my dip pen. I really think this is a great ink for Christmas. That's my main use for this for now is going to be for Christmas cards. Yeah, what do you guys think about this one? I'm excited to see that we have another extreme sheen. I think this is a fun new category for Diamine. I know they used to have sheening inks in their older Inkvents, so I'm wondering if this is like an homage to those. But I think this is really cool. I think unique-wise, it is pretty darn unique with the crazy sheen and this base color. I do think there are other inks out there that are kind of close to this if you wanted something that didn't have as vibrant a sheen, but still really neat. I think this is a win for Diamine. I'm happy with this one. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I definitely got some Christmas shopping done, which I'm proud of myself for, but we still have quite a bit to do. I'm kind of dreading doing Colorverse after this, after yesterday, but you know, we push on, we keep going, and it's got to get better. It's got to get better. Anyways, I wish you guys a great rest of your day. See you in the next video if you're watching. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.